Welcome to Box Office India.
Thank you.
You look lovely.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. So, Sunny, it's been 7 years for you in the industry. Uh, Before joining the industry, what were the perceptions that you had about Bollywood and how have they changed over the years?
My perceptions were exactly what my parents had they painted a picture of what it would,
Yeah.
what it was like, or, we saw a girl in a short miniskirt in the movies, but yet I wasn't allowed to wear a short miniskirt.
Yeah.
And, I guess when you're entering a new entertainment industry, it's always very, very different in perceptions of what it's going to be like. And I had no idea what I was getting into. And I think that people's perceptions of me are not always correct, and my perception obviously was not correct either.
Yeah.
I thought everybody was going to hate me and I wasn't going to be able to work here, or I was going to be here for a couple of weeks and then, fly back to the U.S. But I'm still here, so it's nice.
Great. So, your last Hindi film was 2 years ago. Was it a conscious decision to stay away from films because you wanted to concentrate on Karanjit Kaur?
Well, that did take up a lot of time.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that was done on purpose. It just happened that way. It took up a lot of time and a lot of energy. And I launched my own cosmetic line. And there's so many other things that I do and my team does and Daniel and I do other than films. And after the last few films, we thought, okay, let's just stop for a second and evaluate, some of the things that maybe we might be making wrong decisions on, because we only have each other. There's no one else helping us, or, the options there are not always as vast as maybe someone who comes from a film background.
Absolutely.
Or even some of these other people who are just really amazing at being social butterflies and being so social and meeting people and doing all those things, where I'm not really that person.
Yeah.
I tried to be, but miserably failed. But I have a few films that are going to come out this year, which will be really nice, that we'll start shooting, and I believe that they're films that are nice.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
So what made you think we might be going wrong, so let's stop and evaluate for some
Box
time?
office numbers. It's very simple. I'm a numbers person.
Yeah.
I always have been, and I think when certain things don't work out and you look at why something doesn't work out, and I somewhere really believe that most actors know when their film is going to tank.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that feeling inside you get, and we had no idea what was going to go which direction. And like I said, I don't have like some sort of guidance saying, oh no, this person has this reputation, or no, you should try, this person is going to say that they're going to do this, but they're going to deliver something completely different.
Right.
What I read on paper and what I see then as the film is completely different. And that I can't control.
Yeah.
That's out of my control. And I have to, as a person and as a human being and as an actor, I have to believe that the people that I'm working with have the same intentions as I do.
Right.
Have those same goals that I want, or have those genuine intentions to make something amazing and understand their craft and their business side. I'm not the producer. I'm an actor that you've hired, and I believe that the story is nice when I read it on paper, or when someone gives this elaborate, detailed narration, which, by the way, I read before I hear a narration, almost always, because a narration is sometimes completely different to the story. So, which, fair enough, because some people are great storytellers. But that doesn't always translate into something that looks nice on film, and I can't.
So, did you have a sad Friday?
I've had many. You know this already. Box Office India. You guys know. So, I think if nothing else, I've learned so much from, those choices, and our office has made, learned so much. But more than anything, it's what's come from the good and the bad, or the bad sad Friday, or a happy Friday, is so much more.
Yeah.
And between all the businesses and things that, Daniel and I have our hands in, it's an amazing journey. It's more good than a sad Friday.
Yeah. That's great. So, coming to Karanjit Kaur, was it emotionally taxing to bring out your personal story on the public domain for people to consume?
Oh, absolutely. It
Yeah.
was not fun. Again, when you read it I read it on paper, and I'm like, it can't be that hard. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, what's a big deal? Like, most of the stories, I told those stories. All the stories that are in both the seasons, they're real stories.
Yeah.
They're real things that happened.
Right.
The real situations. And in a lot of different places, it's real dialogue. Those are things that my family actually said to me, or I said to them, or conversations between my brother and I, or my parents, or even friends. There's a lot of those conversations that are real. I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying there's sections that stayed pretty much the same.
Right.
And yeah, it was extremely difficult, and it was hard, and it wasn't fun, and it took me a long time to snap out of it and not be depressed and sad. And in between all that, I had 3 kids, and as a mother, you can't be sad, and you can't be upset, you can't be depressed, and you can't have those types of feelings, especially when they're standing in front of you, or you have to go home at the end of the day, and all you want to do is crawl in the corner and cry. So, it was very, very emotionally draining.
Right. And along the way, you have had many detractors and trolls. What keeps you motivated to stand your own ground?
I don't think that there's something something that is that motivation. I think it's just the simple truth of they don't know me and I don't know them, and I can't let people like that affect me.
Yeah.
Certain things do, like when certain news outlets highlight a completely ridiculous story. I mean, ridiculous beyond ridiculous stories, and give it so much importance, so that type of stuff does irritate me. Or if I know the journalist and they're just writing nonsense. I mean, great, you don't think I'm a great actress, or you think that it was a bad choice, and you think that the acting was horrible, or you can tear apart the movie, okay, fine, but there's certain lines, I think, and relationships you build with the journalists that you meet, and there certain lines, I think, personal lines, or when people get into that personal space that is just hurtful or mean, then I get offended. But the general public talking shit, not really.
You recently launched your official cosmetic line.
Cosmetic line,
Yeah,
yes.
do you want to tell us something about that?
Yeah, it's
You
called...
want your daughter, I think, to take it forward. That's what you said.
She's going to do whatever she wants to do. If it flourishes into something that big, then, that'll be her choice in life.
Yeah.
But she loves makeup. Today she walked into my room where we were doing makeup, and I saw her and my makeup artist sitting there. They're both putting on makeup, doing swatches, testing makeup, looking at different... It's so funny. And, it's really nice that she's the typical 3-year-old, very much into makeup. And we launched the cosmetic line last year, right after my boys were born, and it's done absolutely amazing, and we're shipping all over the world, and every time we launch a new version of something, or new lipstick, or a liner, or lip gloss, or certain things, we sell out. So it's nice. It's very nice.
Great.
And I know that our product is good, and I'm wearing all new. I'm testing out all new stuff on my face today, except for the foundation. All of it is all my new stuff that we're testing out.
That's
so
great.
I test everything on myself before
Yeah.
it goes on the shelf.
Well, on that note, Sunny, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And more power to you.
Thank you.